is the bus. It's a science classroom on wheels.
The Fort model is a model where we can bring the science lab to you. We can show up at your door, we can show up at your school, and we can provide that interesting, positive content when you want it and where you want it.
All right, come on in and have a seat. Come on up.
Our group today was able to examine crawdads and learn their different names, the arthropod and the decapod.
The rostrum. Can y'all say rostrum? Rostrum. Now the rostrum.
They were able to assign those Latin and Greek roots to an animal that was right in front of them.
These crawdads are not alive. And when you're looking at them, if they're too gross for you, you don't have to touch them. There you go.
It looks alive.
There you go. No, these are not alive.
And they were able to touch and experience and use the hand lens to see up close. And they were able to take that experience to a deep level that you can't get just by reading Wikipedia's article about crawdads.
Now don't forget to use your hand lens.
Luckily, Mr. Small put some bands on the claw so they wouldn't clip.
In my last class, I learned about and dissected crawdaddies.
Go.
I've never known what that meant personally. I've only heard about it.
I loved it because I got to see what was actually inside it and how the brain looked, how the stomach looked, and how many legs it has and all that. It was awesome, and I loved it.
He teaches science. We play with the crawdads, which is science, and we play with the fossils, and which is that science also. We found fossils, and we get to keep them. All the crinoids and nautiluses and ammonites.
Mr. Small would make sure if we could say the word crinoids when he told us what it was called.
They're called crinoids. Can y'all say crinoid? Crinoid. Now, crinoid means sea lily.
And I think I liked the class because he was teaching it, and he's a very good teacher. And he just says it in a nice way that, like, gets you to say the words.
Can y'all say gastropod? Gastropod. Man, y'all are fast learners.
We provide content for public school students. We also provide content for private school students.
We are kind of stuck in our own little classroom at home most of the time, so for them to have an opportunity to get out and kind of be with other kids and learn in a new way. I would choose the Fort because of Alan Small, his experience with teaching at the museum, in public school, and at church.
He's a great educator. He's excited about teaching and children learning, and he just has a desire to teach science, and he's excited about it.
I would rather go to the Fort than school. My school wouldn't do it the way that Mr. Small did it. We would probably just describe it on a paper and do a quiz the next day at my school. Instead, we talked about the fossils, tell the different kinds, and we would get to keep them.
He actually gets the stuff instead of researching it in a book and like looking at it in a book. He actually gets the things, and that's what amazed me.
The Fort will provide those positive experiences that kids think back on fondly and then extend their learning the next time they're in the field, or the next time they're at the lake, or the next time they're at a museum. And they'll build upon that memory. They'll build upon those experiences, and the learning won't stop.